Hi there, everyone. It's Helena from Scratch Magazine here, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by the Go Pretty team. We have Sharon Shaw and Perry Southwell. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thanks for having us. That's good.
Welcome to a live demo. So you both work for Go Pretty, is that correct?
We do, yeah.
European distributor for the Nexgen Nails brand.
That's correct.
And Nexgen Nails is a dip powder system brand. Sharon, can you tell us a little bit about it and its origin?
Yeah, it's actually based in America originally. It's been very, very popular in America for many, many years, and we took it over in 2019. It's a premium dip system. It's an acrylic-based product. The idea of I prefer it to a traditional acrylic is that you haven't got the odour and the smells of traditional acrylic, and the time factor. You can do a set of nails in half the time with the dip system, the Nexgen dip system, compared to traditional acrylic. Colours are amazing. There's over 300 colours, so it's brilliant. I've never looked back.
Fantastic. And Perry, you use it regularly on your clients as well?
Yeah, I have a lot of ladies that have really long, like stiletto nails, coffin nails, things like that, and it just gives it that real good support without making a really chunky nail. So yeah, my clients love it. And you can easily put nail art on top, stamp on top, gel polish on top. It loves it and it doesn't peel. It's brilliant.
I think that's what when I first learned about it, I loved learning about how versatile this system actually is, and how durable the system is as well. And you can do so much with it. And Sharon, as you said, with the speed of the application, I think you've written in our October issue of Scratch that you have doubled the amount of clients that you can see because you're using this really speedy system. So that's great for profit.
And they love it as well, because they come in, they haven't got that smell. When you walk in some nail bars, it can be quite overwhelming with the fumes, but you don't have that with this product. So they walk in and it just feels like that they're happy one-on-one basis without the odour. So it's lovely. It's really good.
And we're going to show that versatility, the amount of techniques that you can do with the Nexgen Nails system. Perry's kindly going to demo some of those for us. But before we do have an exclusive discount code that is exclusive to everyone that's watching this live and this video on playback. And it will be revealed at the end of the live. So stick around for that and you can get a lovely discount on the Nexgen Nails starter kit. So if you're watching this and you're fascinated by what this system can do and you want to offer really speedy enhancements and a variety of techniques, then hold on to the end and you'll get that discount code, which can be redeemed at gopretty.co.uk. So if we are ready, Perry, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Fantastic. It's like gladiators all over again. Sharon, are you ready?
We're ready.
Fantastic. So Perry, you're going to show us a variety of techniques today, and Sharon, you're going to talk through the techniques as they're done. Is that correct?
I am. That's correct. That's correct.
So we're going to zoom in on Perry now. We're going to spotlight her.
You've got my lovely hand here.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's perfect. As you can see, we've already extended these nails, but it can be used on a natural overlay or an extension. It makes no difference, equally as strong on both. Perry's now getting out the prep, which is like a dehydrator. So it's just to dehydrate the nail plate. So the acrylic product, the dipping powder, Nexgen, sticks to it really well and it adheres perfectly.
Am I close enough? Because I don't know how to zoom in.
Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
Really good. So we're just going to do one nail first. And I think this one, Perry's going to do a solid colour.
Which is New Hampshire.
Which is
packaging.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? They've been redesigned actually recently. The original packaging we felt needed to be upgraded, so they've been redesigned. So they're all now coming out with the new packaging with the nice silver lids on them, which makes them look, I don't know if you can see that, which makes them look really glam.
Yeah, they're really posh.
Really lovely. And they're 2-ounce pots as well, which makes it a lot easier for the dipping process. A lot of dipping systems out there use 1-ounce pots, but you can't get the scoop and the movement in quite as easily. But with a 2-ounce pot, you can do that so much more easily and get a perfect finish. So Perry's now picking up number 2, which is our Pro Base. Now this is what's going to make the acrylic powder stick to the nail plate. So she's going to put it on in nice long strokes and get it on as evenly as she can to cover the whole nail plate. And again, it's not, like I say, it's odor free. There's no smell to it at all. and it's just such an easy process just to dip. And then she just taps it. So that is your first coat on. So we do this 2 or 3 times, depending on how thick your client wants their nails. Some people like their nails quite thick. I like them looking quite thin. They look like a gel, but they've got the strength of an acrylic. So you've got the best of both worlds.
And if anyone has any questions throughout that's watching this, then Sharon and Perry will be sure to answer them. I'll be monitoring the questions, so I will put them to Sharon and Perry as we go. So don't hesitate to ask any questions in the comments.
Perfect. The nice thing about the pots as well, they're quite generous in size. You can get about 60 sets out of a pot, so they're good value for money. That's the second dip Perry's just done. I'm just going to give them a light brush, just take off the excess powder. And then she's going to do a third dip. As I say, this colour is called New Hampshire. It's like a lilac-y with an undertone of grey to it. Very popular colour this season. But we do have other collections around. We've just launched our autumn range, and now we're just getting ready for our Christmas range to be launched as well.
How many colours can we expect in that Christmas range?
And there's 6 in the Christmas range, and there's 5 in the autumn. But they're lovely. They complement each other really well as well. We've done them in such a way that you can have the colours together, like one on each nail, so they work together. You could use one as an ombre, or you can use one as an accent nail, and they all work really complementary together.
I didn't show the pot.
This is number 3. This is called Activator, and this is what actually makes the product into an acrylic. So activating it now, a bit like your monomer would be with your traditional acrylics. This is what's going to make it hard and solid. So Perry just paints that on. And then you get to see the true colour of the product as well.
Beautiful. That's a lovely transitional shade that you've chosen there.
It's my favourite.
Really
Perry
dusty purple.
And already that will be solid and as an acrylic product.
That was so quick.
Yeah. And you can see it's nice. It's a nice product because you can see you've already got your nice shape to the nail. So some people would be happy with that, but Perry and I are quite fussy. So we'll file the edges and we'll fine tune the top and give it a nice shine on top of it as well. But you can see it's no work. How easy was that to do? That's one nail done in probably 2 or 3 minutes. Absolutely really perfect.
And for just a one colour overlay, how long would that take to do a full set of nails, one colour overlay, and what would you charge?
On a natural nail or with extensions?
Both.
On a natural nail, I charge £25 for a natural overlay. And with extensions, I charge £30. A natural overlay for me takes about 40 minutes, 35 minutes. But with extensions, I'm about 50, 55. I think Perry's about 60, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perry does a lot of nail arts as well. So Perry's quite renowned for her nail arts. So what she'll do is she'll use the Nexgen as her base, and then she'll put her gel polishes over the top, featuring lots of different colours and things. I think you're actually going to do a gel overlay for us to show us, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a gel overlay as well. So this is just your natural solid colour. The next one we're going to do, I think we're going to do the French next, to show you how easy it is to do a French with acrylic powders as well, because it's quite fiddly doing it with a gel, trying to get them all perfect. But with a dipping system, it's a lot easier. It's surprising how easy it is and how effective it looks. So she's just filed the shape, just lightly buffed over the top and given a light brush. And now what she'll do is she will activate it again.
With the number 3?
With the number 3. And what that does, the number 3 is going to make the shine work at the end. So this is just to give it a base for the shine to activate, and the top coat or the gel finish will give it a nice shine at the end.
Handy, nice big numbers on the bottles as well, so you know exactly which orders to put them in. That's always helpful.
Definitely. All our products are HEMA free as well, and they're vegan friendly. So that's always a bonus. And they're lightweight, and you can see it's nice and thin. It's not thick and chunky, and it gives you a nice apex as well.
Beautiful.
Number 4.
Go on to the French.
Go on to the French, and then you can shine them at the end and see how the difference. So this is not a handy little pot here. It's something that we do sell with our accessories on our website, on the Go Pretty website. And this is called a French dipping pot. The lid comes off, and you've got your acrylic white powder in there. And Perry's kindly going to show us how this works.
Great.
So we're going to use 2 colours here. We're going to use the French white, which is in the special pot. And then we're going to use the pink, which is, we're using the pink XX, are we?
Yeah.
Pink XX Nexgen powder. It comes in, the pinks come in lots of different shades. You can have 1X, 2X, 3Xs. You can have a sheer pink, all different shades of pink, depending on how pink you like your French to look. Everyone likes different shades. Some people like it really vibrant, some like it very natural. So this gives you the options.
Brilliant. We've just had a question from someone. How do I order this? It's available via gopretty.co.uk. So Go Pretty is the European distributor of the Nexgen Nails products. But as I mentioned earlier, do hold on until the end and we'll be giving you an exclusive discount on the Nexgen Nails starter kit. So hold tight and wait until then.
Okay, and lower, if your daughter is really gentle, she's just going to lower the nail in and you can see that arch naturally appear. And you've got your French white. Tap it out, then she's going to dip it straight into the pink. And the French is starting to appear already. Yeah, how perfect is that? And how easy did that look? So Perry's going to do 2 or 3 coats, depending on how, it depends how generous you are with your number 2, depends how thick your product comes out. Some people put their number 2 on really thinly and like to do 3 coats of colour. Some people put it on a bit more generous and do 2 coats of colour. Both work exactly the same way. It's just personal preference and the way you hold your product, really. So now she's going in with her second coat. So she's going to go over the whole nail again, over the pink and the white. And then she'll gradually lower the nail again into the tray to get the white smile line. And then we'll dip the whole nail into the pink. So you've got that perfect French. She's got the guide there from the previous white that she's done on the smile line. So she'll use that as her guide. And she'll just take that out, give it a little tap, and then we'll go straight into the pink. And as I say, this is pink with 2 X's we're using today. Okay. And just with a light brush again. It's such a simple system. I can't believe how much my business has changed by moving over to it. It's unbelievable. I mean, the products aren't expensive to buy, and you can get salon starter kits or a smaller starter kit. And we also have training academies around as well. It's all just been launched. So we're doing accredited training courses as well to teach people how to use the system if they're not a confident nail tech.
And your clients that you had that were, preferred other systems previously, have they been quite easy to convert? How did you convert them to Nexgen Nails?
So easily. My gel ladies moved over really easily because it looks like a gel and it's got that thinness of a gel if you want it to have, but it's got the strength of an acrylic, because some ladies find that gels aren't as durable as they would like them to be. So that was an easy move for them. And my acrylic ladies, because the time factor, now they can come in their lunch hour and have their nails done, where previously they'd have to come after work or take time, 2 hours out of work. Yeah. Even though I've been doing nails for many, many years and done many different systems, I still would have to allow an hour and a half for a traditional acrylic set compared to a Nexgen set. Such a difference. And I think I've been doing nails, I want to say 30 odd years, that's polite. Perry was actually one of my students who I taught.
Oh, fabulous. Reunited.
Client first.
Client first. She was a client first, I have to admit. And then she came and done a training course with me, and you've never looked back, I don't think, have you, Perry?
No, I love it. I've used Nexgen for so long now. I love it. Yeah, I wouldn't go back.
We're getting some really nice comments coming through saying what great quality the products are, and that one lady has said that she finds it kind to her nails. But obviously, we do know that to maintain the natural nail health as well is a lot to do with the prep and the removal process. So what is the prep and removal process for Nexgen Nails?
The prep is the same as it is with any acrylic system. So you're going to dehydrate the nail plate the best you can. And obviously we've got our own prep as well. I always wipe with acetone first and then use the prep. And I find that helps the product adhere really well. And my ladies get at least 3 weeks out of these. Mm-hmm. So they'll come back after 3 weeks for an infill. So we don't remove the whole product, which I think is better for the nail plate as well, because you're not putting the hand in acetone again. So you can infill. I infill 3 times and then I do a total removal. And you can either remove by using the foils, or you can remove by soaking in a soak-off dish. The choice is yours, which way you prefer to do it as a nail tech. I think you do foils, don't you?
Yeah, I like a foil and a clip.
Yeah, she likes a foil wrap and a clip. Personal choice. And I use a soak-off bowl, so it's personal choice. Some ladies, they change their colour and they have it filed right back every time, and they like to change their colours, really versatile, and go all over the shop with their colours and do different things, don't they?
Yeah,
I know you do.
I do a lot of gel polish, sorry, over the top.
Okay.
So then I can just take it back down to the pink layer and then just infill and.
So when Perry does that, what she'll tend to use is she'll probably use like the Pink X, for example, as her base.
Yeah.
And she'll use that on most of her ladies sometimes. If they're a lady who likes a lot of nail art, she'll do that as a preference. And then she can put her nail art over the top. And then when they come back to their infill, she just takes all the gel off and she's straight back down to her pink layer. She knows she's close to the nail plate and she carries on.
Brilliant.
It works.
They do a lot of really nice nude base colours, so that I use them a lot as like a accent nail, because then I can just put, I don't have to paint it or anything. I just then put my flowers or whatever on the top. They're really nice shades.
As you can see, French, Perry's now done that one, bless her, it looks lovely. She's just going to tidy up the edges, so we've got a perfect shape, and then she'll just buff the surface before we move on to an ombre. So we're just going to tidy up those edges, as you can see, just to redefine the shape a little bit more, because with any system, when you do dip, you do lose your shape slightly, so you do have to redefine just by filing the edges. But you can see it's going to take Perry a matter of seconds just to, sorry Perry, just to get that shape back in. But that smile line, how perfect.
Go Pretty has a full range of nail tools and accessories that can complement the sister, isn't that correct?
Oh yes, definitely. And it's expanding all the time. We're always adding new things to our list of accessories that we're doing. It's ongoing, and we're always getting new colours out. Like I say, we've got over 300 already, but there's always new ones out there. We also have a range called Progen X, which is another range that we sell as well. It's the same as Nexgen. It's just come out at a light date. It's just different colours. It's just another range of colours, so it's just never ending. I find the Progen X powder slightly finer, which some people prefer. Other people prefer the Nexgen powder slightly, just really slightly coarser. It's just personal choice again, but they're all equally as good as each other. And you can mix the products as well. So the Nexgen bottles, which you can see here, the 1 to 4, Progen X do 4 as well, but you can mix. If you have the Progen X bottles but the Nexgen pods, you can use both. It doesn't matter. Works really well. Just
taking the spotlight off of Perry so that we can see you've got the pots behind you, Sharon, and they look very slick.
Yeah, very nice. So these are the old style pots, as we spoke about earlier, and obviously the new style pots have got the silver lids on, which
very
I think,
neat, I must say. Very tidy up there.
So that's the new style pots, which are so pretty.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's quite a difference from the old style pots, which were it's a big jump. We really have invested quite a lot into that. So Perry's now finished the French, and you can see she's filed it and shaped it, and how perfect is that smile line? That is just superb. We've got a lovely apex to it as well, and it's nice and smooth. Perry kindly is now going to show us how to do ombre. Might need you to turn that way. Are you doing that?
Popular ombre.
Yeah, very. You're doing that as a baby boomer, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to do the pink and the French white, like a baby boomer ombre. As you can see, she's putting on the number 2, the Pro Base.
Because I've already done the crystal set.
Oh, she's just saying she's already crystal setted already, which is the base coat. So she's now going in with her number 2 to start showing the technique of ombre. And it is literally a matter of flicking the powder on and just sprinkling it in the right place. So she's now sprinkling the white onto the tip, really gently. You can hear it continuously tapping on the brush. And again, you do 2 or 3 coats of this, depending on your personal choice. Now she'll go over to the pink XX, and she'll sprinkle that over the base.
And then it builds up.
Yeah. She'll give it a really light brush. And already you can see the ombre starting to form. The white is blending into the pink, lovely. So again, she'll put in a second coat of number 2. Nice long strokes all the way down, covering the whole nail plate. You can see how quick this is.
It's a nice, easy style to infill as well. The ombre.
Very, yeah. I like the fact that you can infill it personally. I like to be able to infill. And an infill takes the same amount of time. It's no longer to do an infill as it is to do a full set. So my clients don't have to tell me they want an infill or they want a remove or they want a new set. I can still do it I book my diary out every hour, and I can do whatever my client needs me to do within that hour. So it works really well. And obviously, like I say, because I take half the time, I've got twice the clients, so you make twice the profit.
Which is also important when people get back on their feet a little bit.
Well, very much.
Well, so.
And the powders haven't gone up, they don't go off or anything either. So like obviously we've had the lockdown, which we've all suffered with. I know some ladies have really struggled with their gels going off, but obviously being a powder, it's got no time date on it. It doesn't go off at all, so it just keeps going.
Another thing to add is if a client is struggling with like cracked cuticles or dermatitis, they're really easy to apply if you use a cuticle pusher. So you'd apply your number 2, and then you would just pour it over the top so that they don't then have to worry that their finger's being dipped.
Perfect, Perry. We've literally just had a question from someone about that in terms of hygiene practice. So it's like you already knew, and I thought you were asking that well. Yes, we've been asked about hygiene with the dip nails technique. And like you said, if someone had a skin issue or just an open wound, then you could either pour the powder into potentially a separate container just for that client, or do as you said and use the cuticle pusher to apply.
Yeah, it's so easy. I do have a couple of ladies that do struggle with dermatitis, and they can't have too much acetone on their skin at all, anything like that. So this is a great system for that.
Again, so speedy, that ombre.
Yeah.
And how perfect does that look? Perry is amazing. Okay, now we're going to look at doing we're going to put one more coat of Nexgen on here. So we're going to use just a base coat. So we're just going to use the pink again. And Perry's going to show you what she does on her clients who like a lot of gel polish. So she's using the Nexgen for the strength and for the base. So she's going to have the strength of an acrylic, but they're going to have the colour they particularly like in their gel polish, because we know what we're like, features of habit. We like a certain colour and a certain brand. It's very hard to move people over them. Well, this way, you can use your Nexgen as your base. Your lady still gets the colour she prefers from her preferred brand with her gel polish, but just put it over the top of the Nexgen. So
adding that support and that strength and that enhancement if you wish.
Yes, yeah, makes such a difference. It really does. I mean, ladies do get very comfortable having their nail extensions on and do get a little bit clumsy over time. So the stronger they are, the better, really. And we said it's very good for the nail plates, doesn't damage the nail plates. It's HEMA-free, it's vegan friendly. Perfect.
I just need that one to dry.
Okay.
While that is drying, Sharon, I'm just going to take off spotlight. Can you talk us through a little bit of the training that is offered?
Yes, training is a one-day fully accredited training course. We have got 6 different venues all over the UK. We've only recently launched our training academy course. I've been teaching for many years and I've taught a tip and dip system. Then I was approached to work for Go Pretty, and then we decided to actually have our own training academies on board to teach our courses for us. So we're really, really fortunate that we now have 6 on board. They're, like I say, they're varied all over the place, but they are fully accredited. So we're accredited by ABT. So it's a one-day course. The course is £199. And with that, they get a full training pack, a qualified, so I'm just looking at what Perry's doing as well.
Sorry.
A qualified teacher with it as well. And we're also on the phone afterwards for any support you need. We're not just the sort of company where you just do a training course with us and then you have nothing to do with us. We are still there at the end of the phone for support in any questions or any way we can help at all. And we are very fortunate to have a really good team behind us. We really are. Our customer service is better than none. I can't fault it at all. We are really lucky. And everyone you speak to who uses our products, if they have any problems or any questions or things that aren't going quite to plan, they just give us a bell and we get back to them usually within 12 hours. So we are really quite on it.
Great.
So you can see what Perry's done there. She's used the Pink X just to do a natural overlay on the nail. So it looks very natural and it looks like my own nail. And what she's now going to do is she's going to put one of a gel polish over the top just to show you how versatile it is. I need a base. So you're going to have to put a base coat on to make the gel polish stick to the acrylic, because obviously you've still got the acrylic base. So you'll need your normal, whatever brand you use, gel polish base on first. And then you'll put your now polish or chosen design or pattern, whatever you wish to do, over the top. Do your ladies still get 3 weeks out of their nail arts and things? So
Yeah, I have ladies that go a lot longer than they should.
We've got a lady here that's saying that she had her Nexgen nails on for 6 weeks in lockdown and only removed them because obviously of the grow out. So
yeah, they're brilliant. They really are brilliant.
And I think that leads on to another question that we've had, sorry, a 3-part question. How strong is the system and how long does it last? And if you have trained in the traditional L&P acrylic system, would you still recommend the training for Nexgen nails?
Right. So what was the first part?
So the first part was, how would you describe the strength of this system compared to traditional acrylics? I think if you could just maybe describe the system against traditional L&P.
Yeah, I think it is equally as strong. You don't get such a big apex like you do on your traditional acrylics. It's more of a natural look. You can build an apex with it, but it doesn't seem, it's not as bulky as a traditional acrylic, but I find it equally strong. And like Perry just said, she has ladies come back every 4 weeks. And the only reason they come back is because of regrowth, not because the product is broken or cracked or anything. It's very durable. So I have no problems with that at all. Do you, Perry?
No, and that's why I use it a lot for my sets, because I know it will sustain anything pretty much. It's so strong.
And second part?
The second part, how long does it last? But obviously we see that it's around 3 weeks you'd recommend before.
I recommend 3 weeks, just to come back, so we can keep an eye on nail health really more than anything. Because if your ladies go too long, obviously the nail can grow up and then they can catch it and they can cause damage to the actual nail if they do catch it. So I recommend 3 weeks. I mean, like Perry said, she's got a lady who comes back 4 weeks, but I wouldn't recommend she had them too long in the first place if she'd come back after 4 weeks, because they'd be like talons, wouldn't they? Someone done?
Yeah.
And
the final question from this lady is, if you've trained in the traditional acrylic system, would you still recommend training in Nexgen nails?
Yes, I don't think it would do you any harm to train in Nexgen nails. It is an acrylic system, so you will have the elements and the bases of it as well. We are hoping to actually launch a system so that we can train people who have got knowledge of nails rather than somebody who's a total beginner, because the course we launch at the moment, it covers qualified nail techs and beginners, but there will be elements of it where you're probably thinking, I know this already, like the prepping and that kind of stuff. So we are hoping to launch a second trainer course, which will be mainly aimed at qualified techs, so it'll be easier for them. We're not even sure whether to do it maybe over Zoom rather than them having to come visit me or anything like that, or me visit them, or maybe even do it in a different way. But that is something we've definitely got in mind. But yeah, definitely worth, you will need to know some elements of it, definitely.
Yeah, and I think every system has different application, different techniques, different tips, different timings as well. So I think it's always imperative to kind of open your mind.
And Perry's used this system for ages, so there's been no problems, no imperfections. But when you do a training course, it covers things if you do have a little element, or somebody's nail's not quite as perfect as you'd expect, or elements that you don't expect to happen. You'll know how to overcome them on a training course. So if it does happen in your salon, you won't be overwhelmed. You'll know how to deal with it straight away. Sometimes, yeah.
There we go.
So that one's got the gel overlay on it. Perry's now going to put the top coat on these three, sorry, because we do a top coat. Oh, she's just being fussy.
Beautiful shape of the enhancement, I must say, they're lovely.
Before Perry put the tips on, they didn't look anything like this, I have to admit.
The beauty of being a nail technician that could, transform fingers.
That's it. We were the only people in lockdown who had lovely nails, weren't we?
And usually nail technicians don't, because they're working with product on a day-to-day. So it's probably the only opportunity to have some nice ones.
I know, I feel quite pampered. I usually do my own. This is lovely. So what Perry's going to do now is this one, obviously, the little finger, Perry put gel on. So she put a gel top coat on that as well and cured it under the lamp. But these three here, Perry's just making sure they're perfectly prepped. And what she'll do is she'll put our gel finish on, which is another product that we have as well. So there's 4 bottles in total. Number 1 would be your prep. Number 2 would be your pro base, which is where you put the sticky layer on for the powder to stick to. Number 3 is your activator, which makes the process work and makes it into a hard acrylic product. And then you've got number 4, which gives it its shine, the gel finish, which gives it a nice shiny top coat, which is what Perry's now getting out of her number 4.
These ones work.
Okay.
I can do this one, can't I?
Yeah.
I'll wipe those on first.
I think what will attract a lot of clients to this system is like we touched on earlier, is the fact that you can get a French enhancement within an hour, whereas French is notoriously a little bit tricky and can often take longer. So it's great for lunchtime clients. And it just
God, definitely.
Appointment books a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I have quite a few ladies who come in their lunch hour to have their nails done. We do live in a small town, so it's probably easier traffic wise for us. But I do have a lot of ladies come in their lunch hour, rather than my diary, like every nail tech, is always busy from like 4 o'clock onwards, and when everyone finishes work, you know, and you don't always want to be working late of an evening. So it's quite nice to have that opportunity that you can fit ladies in during the day, or they go into an hour, work a little bit late. I have some ladies come 8 in the morning and it's like work till 9, so they haven't done before they start work, you know. And it's the flexibility of the system of being able to do that, which is so nice.
And
it's so
it's great for mobile techs as well, because you don't need to carry out a lamp unless you're doing, you know, a gel polish overlay on top of the base on the Nexgen base. But for the overlay, the French, the Ombre, you don't have to carry that lump around. You've got a range of pots that you can pop in, so
you haven't got to worry about them going off in the sunlight as well, like you do your gels. You know, so obviously you have to have the perfect environment to do your gel set. I could turn up to someone's house and do a set of nails in their conservatory and it would be okay, you know. It works anywhere.
And the bonus is it's odor free, so that's why I use it, because I have 3 small children at home, and I can work all day and know when they come home from school that they haven't got a smelly house.
Yeah.
It's completely odor free, so that's why I picked the system.
So you can see Perry's done both my hands.
Brilliant.
And they're both top coated and nice and shiny.
So quick. 4 different styles in less than 30 minutes. So
that's unbelievable, isn't it?
With the demo, the pressures are alive. So
I've never looked back. I really haven't. I can't praise it enough. I never thought I would move from my traditional acrylics and doing my gels, but it's brilliant. I like to say all my ladies now have this. I do a little bit of gels on toes and things, but I mainly do Nexgen. I don't really offer anything else now.
Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant. Well, I think it's now we've seen those fabulous final nails. That's the products. I'm just going to give a close up of the products. There we go. So you can recognize the brand. And then I think it's time for that discount code to be revealed. Sharon, do you want me to do it, or are you going to do the big reveal?
I will let you do the big reveal. You're an expert at this.
Well, the lovely team at gopretty.co.uk is offering a 10% discount off the Nexgen Nails starter kit. So if you've loved what you've seen today, then please do log on to gopretty.co.uk and enter the code live10, and that's the number 10, and you can get 10% off the Nexgen Nails starter kit. So a fantastic offer for, you know, after what we've seen today, and the speed and the durability and the range of things that you can achieve with Nexgen Nails. It's a great, lovely discount to get you started.
And the pots really do last a really long time.
How many sets would you say you can get from each pot? Full sets of, say, an overlay?
I said 60.
I say a minimum of 60.
Yeah.
It's a minimum. Yeah.
How much are the pots?
They're £23 each. I mean, there obviously are some starter sets, kits that are online as well. So have a look at them. I think we do an offer where you buy 10 pots, you get 1 pot free. But we also do competitions. I think we're going to launch another competition this month, aren't we, Perry?
A Halloween
competition where there'll probably be a free prize or some discounts or some kit or some sort. So definitely keep an eye on us. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll find out all the deals.
So we're popping the links to your Facebook pages below, but also head over to Instagram. This video will also be put on our IGTV, and follow Nexgen Nails and Go Pretty on Instagram too. But do not forget that discount code live10, and that's the number 10 for that 10% off that starter kit. So I guess all that's left to say is thank you so much for demoing and joining us and telling us all a little bit more about the brand and Go Pretty today. We've really appreciated it.
Oh, it's been lovely to meet you. Thank you ever so much for having us on.
No worries at all. And you can also find out more about Go Pretty and Nexgen Nails in the October issue of Scratch Magazine, which is available for purchase now. So thank you both so much. And we look forward to seeing more Nexgen users out there.
Excellent. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.